welcome to Tarmac. I'm Dave.
I'm Matthew, and today I'm wearing my funky socks because it's something that business people like. And another thing that they do like is the Mercedes-Benz E-Class.
That's right, don't know about the socks, but that's right, this is the 5th generation E-Class. It's been upgraded and facelifted. It's now better looking and more involved with its styling, and it's also got a funky steering wheel that we'll show you all about. Come, let's take a look at this. In 1953, Mercedes launched the Einspritzmotor, which that's terrible German, but I think you'll work it out that it's actually called a fuel injection motor. But that's really where the E-Class came from. That the E stood for Einspritzmotor. I love saying it. It doesn't actually. Anyway, moving on. 1993 it became the E-Class, and then it's just gone on from there. The E-Class itself really has been their rock. It's been one of the world best sellers thanks to it being a taxi in many countries. So it's really stalwart, very tough, very rugged, very durable. And also it's been in many ways the platform for their latest tech and just their latest luxury stuff. So it really has quite a lot to live up to. And this one, this 5th generation facelift, really does lift it up to it again. Let's take a closer look. For this latest model, what they've done is you know what the E-Class looks like, the latest model, so we won't go too much into it. But the new one, for the facelift, what they've done is they've added a dome bonneted or long bonnet with a dome on it. So it's, I don't know, got a little bit more character to the bonnet here. The grille very much in line. This is the single wing propeller grille, so you again really fits in with the brand very much from there. This has got the AMG body kit on it, so there's a little bit of extra chrome here and there. But moving further forward, the lights are now in tune with the latest styling, and you know, if this was a more powerful model, this is the E200, so this is the base model. This would have a lot of airflow going through these air curtains and things like that, but very much in tune with the rest of the brand and very much making it very modern Mercedes. Let's take a look around the side. Our model comes in graphite grey, which is basically a £2,000 extra option, but you know, it does stand out, just not necessarily in this darker light. It's still, it's 5 meters long or just under, so the executive people that like to lounge out and put their feet up or take a taxi and sit in the back, there's still plenty of room with that, and it really is, you know, quite expansive and still very much the executive car. This one comes with 19-inch feet and again AMG alloys, so we've got that AMG pack on it. The rest of it, some nice strong character lines down the side. Wing mirrors are wing mirrors, and a little bit of chrome around the window here to give it that a little bit more of an executive flair, I guess, but very cool. And keyless entry, of course. Round the rear, you've seen the rear before. There's quite an expanded wheel arches to the back, so it does give it a little bit more width. These little chrome finishes are really cool. I really like them. The lights here are split level, so divided lights, and they're basically, I'm reliably informed, are inspired by the A-Class. So there's plenty of stuff going on here. There's plenty of LEDs in there. And also carry on with the rest of the AMG line trim. There's, you know, a little bit extra chrome here, there and everywhere. So really upmarket rear end, which is what you'd expect from the E-Class. It's also got a kicker tailgate or kicker boot, which opens up to 540 litres of space to throw your stuff, I don't know, whatever Mercedes people have. There's actually a couple of nice little features here as well. So this little hook here for hanging hooky things in, probably some groceries should you want to do that. And also this here drops those seats down in the back, so you don't have to struggle around. And if you are caught in here, pull that and you'll be able to crawl out. Top tip. Anyway, plenty of room here, and also as you have a little bit of power up front. Let's take a look under there. Under this, again, shapely bonnet is a 2-litre 4-cylinder turbocharged engine that gives you 145 kilowatts of power, 380 newton meters of torque. I mean, it's quite a lot from a 2-litre engine. 0 to 100 is in about 7.4 seconds, and it sips fuel, well actually it sips fuel at 8 litres per 100 kilometres, so not brilliant but not bad, you know. Speaking of not brilliant, not bad, our Matthew's inside and he'll show you all around in there.
Well, I may be average in some respects, but the interior of the Mercedes E-Class is certainly anything but that. One thing I especially love about them, which has been a real hallmark of E-Class quality through the years, is the doors. I mean, the reassuring thunk that you get when you shut it, when you open the door, just the way it feels, it's so E-Class, it's so Germanic, and I think in that way, because the E-Class is Germany's taxi, it has to be even more Germanic than their other Mercedeses. Anyway, enough of that. On the interior, well, it's an E-Class, so the general fit and finish is really good, really executive quality. You've got soft leather on the top of the dashboard there. You've got this nice dark wooden trim across there, highlighted with this polished aluminium. Again, down the bottom, some more soft materials there. Just the cabin, the way everything feels, it's so well screwed together. It's so old school Mercedes in that sense. This is properly, this is properly German. The seats, leather, and actually really supportive down for your lower back. And the leather itself is so soft. Again, part of the AMG package, you do get a little bit of bolstering on the side. But, the E200 is not really the sporty model. In terms of storage spaces, again, it's meant to be practical. It's the E-Class. So you do get 2 cup holders here. You get space for a really big phone with, of course, wireless charging. You get storage space in the middle here. Nice, decent sized glove box there. And of course, big door bins too. It's really practical. And in terms of practicalities, there's a lot hiding under that infotainment screen there. The infotainment screen in the middle, of course, is Mercedes' old trustworthy MBUX system. It controls, as you can see, this very nice interior mood lighting. It's got all the stuff you need: Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, phone connectivity, and of course, the very cool Hey Mercedes feature. Cancel.
How can I help?
Cancel. But what's even more remarkable with this new E-Class is this haptic steering wheel. The steering wheel itself has a very nice 3-spoke layout, and what's actually new is all this. These are all actually not just buttons, but they are actually touch sensitive. So if I just run my finger over there, it'll take me to the various home screens, which I am already on. But that's the kind of thing. Just a light touch is all it takes to engage. Really, I guess, revolutionary technology, because it makes everything on here just so much easier. One thing that's really interesting about the digital dashboard as well is this gauge in the middle. If you've been driving efficiently, this E-Class will actually reward you, and it'll give you bonus kilometers. We've been driving a little bit economical so far, and we've got 2.6 extra kilometers as a gift from Mercedes. How lovely. Thank you. This new steering wheel, just like the new E-Class, is actually really intelligent. We'll start with the old one. The main complaint there was that when you're holding the steering wheel in adaptive cruise control mode, it really required you to put some force behind moving it and just holding it in general. But with this new one, it's covered in sensors, so it can actually recognize when your hand is just resting on the steering wheel. So all Mercedes wants is just for your hand to be there, just in case. But actually the lane keep assist and all the various driver aids are so good that the car does so much of it by itself. E-Class owners, or possibly if you're catching a German taxi, spend a lot of time in the back of the car. So let's take a look back there. As you can see, the rear of the E-Class has been really well designed. The door opens wide, it's easy to get in, and once you're in here actually, this seat is pushed really as far back as it can go, and just look how much knee room I have. That's a ton. Foot room, plenty as well, and headroom, much the same. I mean, this car is built for really sizable people to be sitting in the back here, and it'll easily sit 2 people at the back in comfort, with that nice leather covered armrest down. It does have a bit of a large transmission tunnel in the middle, but we know that the AMG is going to make good use of that, so no issues with it at all. This E-Class drives pretty good too, so let's take it for a drive and see how that 2-liter turbo engine performs.
Okay, so it's pretty normal at this point for us to take it for a drive and show you what the seating arrangement and all that sort of stuff is about. But you already know that. I mean, it's an E-Class. It's bound to be luxurious. It's bound to be good. And Matthew will give you a little bit of an update on there. This is about this new steering wheel. And let me show you what that's all about. Look, you guys are smart enough to know what haptic means, which is really, it works on the capacitance of your finger or the resistance of what goes on with your fingers. What's happened around here is the rollers that were around here and the sort of, actually before there were semi-haptic sort of buttons here that you could adjust this front screen and also the infotainment screen with the buttons, has now just gone fully haptic. So it's now just really just very touch sensitive. The normal stuff, so you can change the infotainment screen just by going across here, and that affects what you're listening to and going through from here. And this is all to do with the volume of your, in this case, Burmester stereo.
I didn't know he was alright.
So you can put that up and down, and also go to voice control all around here. And this side handles the instrument cluster. So this one you can go to home and change everything from your what you're looking at on the settings, on the styles, and all that sort of stuff. So you can change all that from there. This is all very well and good. The other stuff is, if you're going along in adaptive cruise control, the biggest complaint before was the fact that you had to keep your hands on the steering wheel or make adjustments. So this is me not on the steering wheel. It should take the corner by itself. It's registering and everything, but soon it will go, your hands are not on the steering wheel, so there you go, up comes from there. And then before you'd have to tug it and stuff like that. But this new one, providing it can feel the resistance of your fingers, it will just stay between the lines without actually telling you to put your hands on the steering wheel. So a lot of us rest our hands on the steering wheel and let the highly effective and highly efficient adaptive cruise control work its magic. And this, you don't have to continually fight to put those extra steering inputs in. It's quite clever, and it's really just taken away that whole issue. So there's basically capacitors or sensors all the way around the steering wheel, which is really cool.
Honestly, I think the main thing with the E-Class is the comfort and just the way this new generation rides. We've been over some rough roads today and over, a little bit of gritty stuff, and it just irons out everything. Remember that this is still the E-Class, so imagine how good the next level up, the S-Class, will be. And it's not hard to see, why the E-Class has been such a popular car for executives and for taxis around the world, because the space in here, just excellent. The space in the back, as I showed you, excellent as well. And these seats are just so supportive. My back problem is still not fixed, but that lower support really does make a difference. If only I could afford an E-Class.
So there you have it, the Mercedes Benz E-Class E200. It's very technical, particularly on this steering wheel. I mean, the stuff before, you've seen it before, but this steering wheel with this haptic touch and just sort of glancy sort of stuff, I don't know, it just makes life even smoother and softer and luxurious. There you go.
I think, as with most E-Class generations previously, the E frankly stands for excellent, and certainly this new E-Class lives up to that very long, trustworthy name across the world.
It's great. Or isn't it Einputnik or something?
Yeah,
anyway,
whatever German
whatever
word you
German.
say.
I need to work on that. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe as usual and join us for the next one. See ya.